my name is Lorraine of District 32, and I've got the absolute pleasure of interviewing today Dr. Vish Ramakonar. Yeah, I think I got that right.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Vish. How are you going?
Hi, Lorraine. I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having me.
Nah, this is great. My first interview of 2023, so this is fantastic. So, Vish, I was really excited about interviewing you. I love your work. I follow you on LinkedIn. I'm always looking to see what you're up to in your next speaking spots and your workshops. You're a massive fan of Joe Dispenza and his work, as am I, although you've taken that way to the next level. And I just want to interview you so we can let people know a little bit about what neuroscience is, how you got into it, what is your passion, and then how are you using that to help people? So first of all, Vish, what is neuroscience and how were you attracted to working in this field?
Well, I'll start off with how I came across or how I came to be here, actually. So I started off, like many of us, on a path of personal development, going through life challenges, as we all do, and looking for ways to navigate that. And the very first time that I came across this concept that your thoughts can have some effect on your life is through a lady called Louise Hay, and you may be familiar with her. Her book was You Can Heal Your Life.
Yep.
And that was about 10 years ago. And since then, I was very passionate about this topic about do your thoughts actually have an effect on your life? And I started applying some of the things that she spoke about, but there was no science behind it, but it was just, it seemed to make sense. And I made a lot of changes in my life, a lot of positive changes. However, there were still certain situations in my life that I thought I'd overcome, and they seemed to be coming up again and again. So I was asking myself, there has to be a better way or a process that I could follow where I could actually once and for all overcome these aspects of myself to become a better version of myself. And that was in 2019. And when you ask the universe, it answers. And this interview pops up on my phone, and it was someone interviewing this person called Dr. Joe Dispenza, who I'd never heard of before that. And when I watched the interview, it was everything that I was looking for, because he was talking about these concepts that your thoughts have an effect on your life, but it was all backed by science, by neuroscience. So the premise is, every time we have a thought, so all of us, we have our neocortex, which is the top part of our brain, that looks like the walnut shape with the folds and the valleys. This is what you may call the biographical self, where everything that we've learned and experienced up until this point will be stored as neurological networks up here in this neocortex. And so our identity is actually shaped by the experiences of our past. So every element of our environment, which is made up of people, objects, things at different times and places, has a neurological network. So you'll have a neurological network for your boss, for your co-worker, for where you sit at work, for your partner, for your car. And by the same means, because you've actually experienced every one of those things, the end product of an experience is an emotion. So you also have an associated emotion connected to each of those elements in your environment. So as we go about our day, we get up in the morning and our senses plug us into the environment. And as we go about our day and we see the same people and we do the same things and we go to the same places, the environment is influencing how we think. And every time we have a thought, our body makes a chemical to make us feel the way that we're thinking, right? So every time we interact with someone, like our boss, we may feel, I don't know, fear, or our co-worker, it might be frustration. With our loved ones, it's gratitude. And we tend to get influenced by the past experiences that we'd have with those certain people or places or objects and things. And it's all based on the neurological networks and the chemicals in our body. So this is what really drew me to this work, because I realized that I was the way I was based on past experiences, and that I had I felt empowered now that I could actually change myself and therefore change my life, and no longer had to be a victim to the outer circumstances in my life. So sorry for that long explanation, but
no, that's absolutely, I thought it was perfect. I was actually just sitting there thinking, oh, what a great explanation, what a great introduction that's people can take. You know, it's this nice, simple, easy to relate to introduction. So thank you. So how do you then use that work to help people?
So we help people by teaching these concepts that if we want to change ourselves, if we want to become, you know, we're always trying to have our own personal growth and to be better people, or to be better at doing something, or to overcome aspects of ourselves that that no longer serve us. So 95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old is a set of subconscious programs. So we're a set of memorized behaviors, unconscious emotional reactions, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that function just like a computer program. So a lot of people really want to make changes in their life. However, with the 5% of their conscious mind, it's going against this 95% subconscious, which is actually stored in our bodies. And so we might wake up tomorrow morning and say, okay, I'm no longer going to go complain. I'm no longer going to complain about my life. I'm now going to try and make find more gratitude and more joy in my life. But the problem is because 95% of who we are is subconscious, it tends to almost sabotage our efforts, because there's 5% of our conscious mind is going against this 95%, which is automatic sometimes. And we're often not aware of these automatic reactions. Before we know it, we've already run a program. And the moment you like I said, if you stop thinking those thoughts that, you know, okay, I'm never going to get ahead in life, or I'm unworthy, or whatever it is, because we've been habitually thinking those thoughts and creating those chemicals in our body, suddenly the body goes, hang on, where's my fix of that chemical of guilt, or where's that fix of that chemical of unworthiness? And what it does is it influences the brain to think the thoughts, to keep it safe, to keep it stuck where it is, because the body's it's afraid of the unknown. So this is what we're going up against. So what we do is we teach people how to actually enter the subconscious mind, enter the operating system of the subconscious mind, where those subconscious programs are. And we teach them how to unfire and unwire those neural networks that are connected to the old self. And then we teach them how to fire and wire the neural networks of who they do want to be. And eventually, over time, what happens is they become that new person. Biologically and chemically, they actually are changing as a person. So it's almost like Dr. Doe talks about the biological death of the old self. That's literally what's happening, because you're pruning apart neural networks that were once linked to your old identity, and you're literally becoming someone else, becoming a new person. So we teach people 4 tools and 2 models to help them make sustainable and desirable change in their life. And the 3 of the tools can be used in their waking state, and the last tool is like a mental rehearsal meditation tool, which is a very powerful tool to enter the subconscious mind. Yeah.
And you've just got everyone watching and listening saying, yeah, right? So that just sounds amazing, right? And as I say, I've been a follower of Jo's work. It's absolutely amazing work. I absolutely love the fact that you're here in Perth and facilitating that work, because sometimes these people can be unreachable. You know, we can't get access to the information and the help. So, Vish, thank you very much for that. We have got the absolute pleasure of having you speak on this subject around the neuroscience of well-being and how we can get unstuck, the concept of coherence, which is another big aha moment for business owners, and then also some of these tools that we can implement. So you're going to talk for us on the 2nd of February. for ladies. It's a ladies event, this one. Sorry, guys, who are watching this at the minute. But what can you tell us about that around coherence and the science behind getting unstuck, without giving away all the secrets, because we want to hear you on the day? But why is it important that people come along to this event?
It's important because the research has shown that 70% of people's thoughts are negative. And if we do believe that our thoughts have some effect on our life, unknowingly, unconsciously, we are creating a life that we don't even like based on our thoughts, if our thoughts are negative. So people should come along, because in this day and age, I'm seeing more and more that the demands of this modern day life, the stress and whatever has happened in the last 2.5 years especially, it's creating the need for this even more, to give people these tools to really empower themselves to live a life of more peace, calmness, give them the tools to be able to start to think that they are the creator of their own life, that they are empowered to not be stuck where they are, but to start to believe in future possibilities and believe in the life that they deserve, and create that.
Vish, that sounds absolutely amazing. I'm very excited to hear it myself. That's one of the perks of my job. I get to see and hear all these amazing speakers. But I mean, there's nothing better. There's no better topic for our first event in the year than stepping into your own power, and taking some of that back and to live your best life and be your best you. So thank you very much. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for speaking. And I'm really super excited to see you on the 2nd of February for our ladies event. Vish, thank you very much.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, bye.
See ya.